So I kind of debated covering this. Because Northwest is a child, and I want to be cognizant of that. And look, I'm not above criticizing children. I know that. But I shouldn't go as hard on her because she is a child and her mother is Kim Kardashian and her father is Kanye West. And it's not her fault. She is a product of her upbringing. Her mom had her like slinging skincare products at age 8. And her dad is Kanye West. And she never asked for any of this. She was born into it. But what happened is that the Hollywood Bowl is doing a 2-night special 30th anniversary Lion King concert event with Lion King veterans including Nathan Lane, Billy Eichner, Jeremy Irons, Ernie Sabella, Heather Headley, Lebo M, Jason Weaver, and EGOT winner Jennifer Hudson. So like titans of the stage. Broadway stars. And Northwest was given the role of Simba in this special 2-night 30th anniversary Lion King concert, full orchestra being performed. And the shows will be filmed for later broadcast as The Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl on Disney+. It's put on by Disney Concerts, Fulwell, 73 Productions, AMP Worldwide, and Live Nation Hewitt Silva. It is a very big deal. It was a really big event, and there are so many talented children who could have played this role of Simba, and in fact have played the role of Simba on Broadway and auditioned for the role of Simba in this special Lion King concert event. But because of the power of Kim Kardashian, Northwest, who is not trained at all, was given the role of Simba. Here's a clip. Just starters, what is this costume? What in the like Walmart onesie is this costume? I don't know. There's Kris Jenner. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's a kid. I don't want to be mean, so I'll just Wendy. Yeah. I feel the same. So what I will say is this is not a stellar performance. This is very clearly nepotism at work. Nepo Baby the musical. Again, it's not Northwest's fault. Northwest didn't be asked to be born into this family. She didn't She didn't ask to be turned into a little influencing machine. Yes. What I will say is this is not my tempo. This is not my tempo. Not my tempo at all. From when Northwest was a baby, Kim has been, she's turned her into a little influencer. And I don't know, if you're a kid and you're in this lifestyle and you get the opportunity to like sing Simba's songs at the Hollywood Bowl, sure, that seems fun. That seems great. It's not North's fault. I understand that. This is okay. So now let's get into who we can criticize. We can criticize the Hollywood Bowl. We can criticize the casting team. We can criticize Kim because North is she's being kind of ripped apart for this because it's not a lot of people's tempo. And she clearly like hasn't trained in musical theater. She's not prepared to do a role like this. But the Kardashians just continue to keep their names in the spotlight and do things that they are not qualified for. And so, of course, they were going to use their power to like get Northie this role. And now Northwest, who is a person who's online, has to see people talking about how she's not good. And there's a part of me that's like, damn, I hope people are cognizant in the way that I am, where please do not go so hard on this child. But it's not fair. It's not fair because this is a blatant example of nepotism, and one where there are far more talented kids, ones who have worked for years training in musical theater, who should have played this role. And here's an example of one who auditioned. This kid auditioned to be Simba in the Lion King live performance. Like that's a kid who has vocal talent. You know, that's a kid who sounds exactly like he's perfect for the role of Simba. And the reality is that nepotism rules the entertainment industry. North is not the only person. She's not the first nor the last who will unfairly benefit from nepotism, who will get to who will get opportunities like this when there are people who are vastly more talented and deserve to get to play those roles. And so it's just another example of how ridiculous nepotism can be. Because not every Nepo baby is Laura Dern. Not every Nepo baby is Tracy Ellis Ross. Not every Nepo baby is Nancy Sinatra. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of Nepo babies who are very talented. And yes, they had advantages and opportunities due to their familial connections. And that's the way the world works. But at least, God damn it, they had talent to match. And I'm also like mad at Kim for putting her daughter in this role where I'm sure North had a great time. Sure, she had fun. She looks like she's having fun. But she's not It's not a good performance, and the internet is the internet. And this family is the most online family in the world. Like, their entire existence, their success is derived from their influencing powers and their massive social media platforms. Like, North has been on TikTok since she was a kid. And so she'll see people talking about this and like criticizing it. And I'm just like, okay, dude, I don't know if maybe there was practice here, but it does not seem, the clips that I have seen does not seem like Northwest did any training whatsoever to play this role. For real, Kim needed to be a parent and say no. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. It's one thing if you want to do a little community theater, okay? It's one thing if you're getting North into, I don't know, if she's like doing a commercial with you or doing like you're a part of something and then she's a part of it with you. But giving her the role of Simba in the 30th anniversary of The Lion King in concert at the Hollywood Bowl, which is going to be filmed and put on Disney Plus, and it is a big fucking deal, is insane. I'm sorry. And to have her alongside Broadway veterans like Nathan Lane, who voiced Timon in the Lion King movie and has like, I think he's been in Lion King on Broadway. Knowing your child has no talent, still putting on the display is horrible. But I'm just, oh man, it's just not fair to the kids who don't have Kardashian Wests as their parents. And this would have been an enormous opportunity, or kids who like have played Simba on Broadway. Makes sense for them to then play Simba or to sing the role of Simba at the Hollywood Bowl. It's a blatant example of how actual talent isn't as important as who you know. It's disappointing, truth, and frustrating. Yes. And we've had the topic of nepotism has plagued conversation. I mean, really, when that Nepo baby piece came out, and it's just been like, oh my God, everybody's talking about nepotism. But this is a really blatant example of how unfair nepotism is. And there's no getting around that Northwest got this role because her parents are Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. And genuinely, shame on the casting. Shame on the people who put this show together to let Northwest play the role of Simba. She should have had to audition like everyone else, and maybe like, okay, maybe she'd audition. There ain't no way on a purely talent basis Northwest beat out all the other kids who auditioned. It's a bad middle school performance in front of thousands of people. Yeah. Man, like, I don't know. The thing with the Kardashians, though, is that they don't care about how their children are affected, because if they did, they would never have put them on social media in the first place. Like, they have been milking their children since they were born. I'm convinced, this is one of my conspiracy theories, I'm convinced the Kardashians only had children to help their brand. Like, they all had kids to continue the Kardashian-Jenner brand, to use them for content. Even before they were born, I remember the frenzy when Kim was pregnant. Yeah. Oh my God. Northwest's life from before she was born, when she was in her mother's womb, has been the life of an influencer. The Kardashians are big on any press is good press. They don't see this as a bad thing, just a means to an end. Yeah, no, they would never think like, hey, this could blow back negatively on North because she's not trained to sing a role like this and dance in a role like this. And she is one of the most famous children in the world. So there's no getting around that she would get an opportunity like this because of nepotism. And people on the internet are not going to react nicely to that. One of the kids started posting on Instagram this weekend, and all the sisters post about it on their stories to promote it. It's so weird. Yeah, that's what they do. You guys, when Kim was 8, she started a skincare line company. She has, by age 9, she had like 7 businesses. Also, they have the money. They should have put her in lessons for throwing her on stage to be torn apart. Yeah, I'm like, I look at this performance and I know it's a clip. But I'm like, ain't no way that Northwest underwent any training. It looks like she just went on stage. It looks like she genuinely just went out on stage. Here's what I'll say. If Fa Shun were doing this segment, she would be much more ruthless. Okay? Look at this guy right here. Security. I saw a couple tweets that made me laugh where they're like, okay, someone's got to say it. That Northwest performance was not hitting. All right. I'm going to have to be the person to say it, but that was not good. No energy, no passion, off key. I cannot get over Kris Jenner. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at her standing up. Oh my God. I mean, look at her in her Cruella de Vil coat, in her Dalmatian coat, literally looking like Cruella de Vil, recording Northwest. Like, oh my God. Oh, real ones remember the OG Northwest performance? Oh my God, yeah.
What are those? These are clothes. What are those? These are clothes. Wow! So you know my name is Norfie. What are those? These are clothes. What are those? These are clothes.
Oh my God. Honestly, a better performance. Kim is fucking crying. Oh my God.
Wow!
Be so fucking real, man.
So you know.
Be so fucking real, please. God. Man, and like I said at the beginning, this is not Northwest's fault. Okay, I don't have ire for this child. I'm not looking to own this child. She was not asked to be born into this family. She genuinely has had her whole life scripted for her. Like everything she does, it's like her mom never gave her a chance to not be a part of that life. And I said this before when I covered the Kardashians last year, but you'll note that the Kardashian Jenners don't have the men involved in their brand. Rob, out of the picture. And then their sons, like their the male kids in the Kardashian Jenner family, don't do what the girls do. They're not used by their moms as part of the brand. It's really gross. Like, there was a thing, I think it was, God, I can't remember. Somebody had pointed out how from the moment that a Kardashian Jenner girl is born, they are all over social media. They are, like, it's not like their faces are hidden. There's no privacy. From the moment they pop out of their mama's womb, they are used in their content, but not the boys. The boys are afforded privacy. They are not swept up into the Kardashian Jenner empire and, you know, filming TikTok videos with them, doing, you know, being in their Instagram photos, like being photographed for People magazine. It's easier to market the girls. Yes. Yes. If it's not clear, I do not have a favorable opinion of this family. I think that they are kind of the worst representation of influencer and celebrity culture. It's very toxic, and the way that their girls, like little girls in that family, have just been swept up into it. And you've seen Northwest from the moment she was born, following in her mom's footsteps, doing all this shit, having 10 businesses before she's in double digits, advertising beauty when she still has baby skin, advertising beauty products with her baby skin. And just like being thrust in the limelight whenever they can. Is it not exploitation at the end of the day? It is exploitation. Yes. The Kardashian Jenners have exploited themselves, and they exploit their children. That family always wanted to be rich and famous. Kris Jenner was going to stop at nothing until and still hasn't stopped. Like, she set her eyes on this lifestyle, on having the Kardashian Jenner name be one that dominated the world, and they achieved it. They did it. Kris was a social climber from the jump. Absolutely. Like, the Kardashians started off as a well-to-do family, because Rob was successful as a lawyer. And then when Kris got together with Caitlyn, of course, but it was Bruce at the time, their wealth skyrocketed, and they were like a socialite family in Hollywood. And then Kim started hanging around Paris Hilton. She was Paris Hilton's assistant, all the while looking to worm their way deeper into the, you know, lifestyles of the rich and famous. And then, you know, they got the Kardashian show in 2006, 2007? And what Kris did with that show is, it's not that was the first reality show, but there was nothing that was off limits. Like, they used their personal lives and they fabricated stuff specifically for the success of the show. I mean, we're talking about the woman who leaked her own daughter's sex tape. Like there's no line that they won't cross. Um Unironically, Kanye was right about wanting to protect North from being in the spotlight. Yeah, look, Kanye West is a total piece of shit, and there's a lot that he said and done that is horrific. But I remember him saying that, and I'm not saying that he's innocent in the matter. Oh yeah, Melody, you got I think you probably got auto timed out because usually when people are saying Kanye was right, it's not for that reason. uh but anyway, I'm not saying that Kanye has played no part in the exploitation of Northwest, but I do remember when he said that and was like talking about the Kardashian Jenner family and how obsessed they are with the spotlight and with fame, and they put their kids through it. They put the female kids through it from the moment they're born. Kanye has exploited North as well, putting her on his shows, and yeah, that's what I mean. We're like, Kanye's not innocent in this matter. I don't think that he was. I don't think he was the good parent here per se. Anyway, here's the deal. If your kids are going to benefit from nepotism, they need to have the talent to back it up. You got to be good. You got to be good, okay? You got to be good so that people will accept the fact that you got there because of nepotism. We love our nepo babies who are talented. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of nepo babies. But if you're not talented, if you don't have what it takes, then it's only going to be worse because you're somebody who benefited from nepotism and you don't have the talent. She's going to push them just like her mother pushed her. We're never going to stop hearing about them. Oh, yeah, no. No, this will be like, make no mistake, as long as the world exists, unless something drastic were to happen where future Kardashian Jenner generations decide to yank the cord and are like, we are rejecting our ancestors' lifestyles, this will go on and on and on. You have Northwest will get married, it'll be a big wedding, I'm sure. At that point we'll probably have like holograms that we're seeing Northwest wedding in our head. It'll probably be like $100 million wedding. Stormy. Yeah. Same thing then with the kids. And then it just will keep going. It will keep going. I'm sure Kendall will have her baby. It'll just keep going.